How was your introduction into doing stand-up comedy, like in the UK? Like,
you start off the same. I started off the same way as everybody started, right? You just do the open mics, above a pub somewhere, and then you gradually start. Then you start doing a few of the competitions.
Yes,
King Gong's one of them.
Yeah.
For the listeners who don't know, King Gong is this show where you have to survive for 5 minutes, and at any time, an audience can just. There are 3 audience members with red cards, right? And then if they don't like your jokes, they lift up their red card, and then when all 3 red cards go out, you're gonged off the stage. Yeah. So that's the Gong show. And yeah, that was a fun night, wasn't it? That was a good crowd. A fun
night for so many reasons for me, because I'd been trying to get on to do a Gong show for years. Like, I was just, I really want to do this Gong show, because it was the fact that you could perform at the Comedy Store, which was like, wow, there's an audience there. I could get more gigs maybe in the future. And so I think you had to, how I can remember it. I remember just had to email them at a certain time at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I'd email, and then it was like, yeah, cool. Like, you can perform at this date. And I'm talking like the waiting list was like 4 months to do the King Gong. Yeah. So a 4-month waiting list goes past. I'm like, cool, this is going to the King Gong. I go downstairs, and never forget, before going in there, like, there's a bouncer at the door who was just like so unwelcoming. Because for me, like, you know, it's like a part of a film. You're like, if this goes great, Hollywood, watch out.
Yeah.
And the bouncer was just like a dickhead. I just remember getting there. I was like, oh, you're right, I'm here to do the show. What show? I'm like, well, you do comedy, man. Like, what other show am I going to do? I felt like being like a burlesque.
Yeah.
Burlesque.
Yeah.
Let me get my nip down. Like, yeah. So, I remember going downstairs, and then you have to sign up, and then you find out when you're going to be on. So I was like, you're going to be on the second half. It's like, cool. And I'd never seen the Gong show. I kind of knew that you kind of get gonged off. I didn't know how ruthless it was. I remember sitting there, and I'll never forget, I was sitting there, and I'm watching. This one guy was dressed up. Do you remember the guy that was dressed up? I think he might have done a Trump impression or something.
I did the Gong show 3 times, so I don't remember now.
Oh yeah. So was that your
details.
third time you had done
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh, I see.
And there's an element of luck, man, because I did it 3 times and I got all 3 outcomes. I was gonged off one time. The other time I got through, but I didn't win, and the third time I won. We won. Yeah. Right. So it's a little bit of a crapshoot. And another thing is, the audience, they're encouraged to boo people. Yes. Right. Which I love because, like, even as a comic, and I'm like, yeah, some comics deserve to be booed off. You know what I mean? You've been to the average Edinburgh show where it's like, oh my God. Jesus Christ, your parents loved you too much. And they never told you what you did was stupid. They thought every painting you made, it went on the fridge, you know? It's too much. Again, it's the Asian perspective. Like, our parents were harsh. If something shit, they'll tell you. And my parents still, like, even when Uncle Roger blew up, it's just like, yeah, my dad now thinks he's the inspiration for everything now. He's like, oh yeah, you see, Uncle Roger, I think that's all modeled off of me, you know? See my belt phone case? I have a belt phone case. He has a belt phone case. So where do you think you got that from? So we are very hard to impress people. You know, we are people who are very hard to impress, and I find that there needs to be a little bit of that. You know, it's nice to say that. Well, the thing is, you also, because of your background on social media, you also kind of skip the fringe too, right? You didn't do it much, and oh man, that is you did well. You did well. That is, by the way, the best part of being a YouTuber, which I don't have to do the Edinburgh Fringe ever again. And nobody tells me to do it. And, you know, the thing is, the Edinburgh Fringe is also, as a comic in the UK, the Edinburgh Fringe is this place where everybody goes up every August to kind of, it's like a trade show, right? You do your show, and producers come see you, agents come and see you. It's like
what's it called? It's almost like a Comic-Con for a month. Comedians. The best way to describe it, anyone that doesn't know.
But the thing is, it's also a very, very small market. You know what I mean? Most people, I'm from Malaysia, right? Most of my friends in Malaysia, they don't even know Edinburgh exists as a city, let alone a comedy festival. So when I say the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, that's 3 new concepts I have to explain to them. What Edinburgh is, what the Fringe is. What Fringe? Imagine going to Asia, go to Hong Kong. I'm doing the Fringe. Like, what the fuck, you know? And that's when I realized, like, this classic British comic path wasn't for me. I need to forge my own thing, and that's how the DIY stuff came about, you know? That you mentioned up top,
So you took a show. Did you take a show to Edinburgh?
Yeah. All that being said, I still did it.
What was your experience? Because I think for me, going to Edinburgh, it's kind of like you have this perception that the streets are paved with gold in a sense that you can do a show up there, and before you know it, you'll be on TV and you'll have a tour and you'll have a book and a DVD, and that's kind of, it's almost like that was the only route that I was ever told for comedy. You know when like comedy becomes a business? Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, so this is the business side. This is what we must do.
They're climbing the ladder, the corporate ladder, but the comedy version.
Yes, yeah.
And didn't we all do comedy because we didn't want to climb that ladder?
Yeah.
You know, but then we jump into this and everybody wants to go the same path. It's comfortable, I guess. But it doesn't really work anymore. I don't know if you know this, but it doesn't really work anymore. Like a lot of things on TV now, they don't even make a dent in terms of your of the following you gain. You know. Yeah, it's hard. Like you doing a short little clip, you know, asking Julie to get a couple of cans. That works better than someone that's live at the Apollo, you know.
I think for me, like when I started doing the videos, and because that whole year was so crazy, because I was meant to go to Edinburgh that year. I'd done that video and I couldn't afford it, and that was due to like the promoter being like, "Yeah, I need like, I need $4,000 at the end of the month." I was like, "What? Are you Albanian gangster, bro? What do you mean, bro? I'm here to do comedy, blood." So already I was like, I was like, I can't get that now, but maybe 6 weeks. Yeah. Because I'm in my head like, if I need to hustle in a way where I'm like, cool, I really want to raise funds for this. How can I do it? Yeah. I used to have a good training. I'm thinking I might sell trainers, do more shifts of work. I might try and borrow some here. Maybe get a credit card out. These are all the things I was thinking how I could accumulate this amount of money. This is only half of it. This ain't even the full amount. Fuck. So already I was like, cool. So I said that I can get it. I remember saying that I can get it in 6 weeks. Nope, has to be a month. So in the end, I was like, well, I'm not going to go there now. I can't get that money. And I'm not going to, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you're cracking on the street. Yo, what's going on, blood? Hey, I want to hear a joke, blood.
Yeah, need money for the fringe.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not that deep, is it? Yeah. It's never that deep for some jokes. I'm like, well, okay, well, I can't go there, did it?
Yeah.
So for me, I was quite fortunate. I skipped that, started doing the videos, and it was the videos that allowed me to tour, because normally it's having a great Edinburgh show. So how was it for you when you took your show up there?
Fine. It was a funny show, and that's another thing. Funny shows don't really get a lot of great press because they want an artsy narrative, an artsy show, because the Fringe is ultimately still an arts festival. So a show that's just funny, sure, it'll sell decent ticket sales, but your reviews will be very middling, you know, 3 and 4 stars. A whole, listeners back home, there's a whole review culture there. Every show gets reviewed, and it's not a good place to be for your mental health, I think.
And you have to also point out that it's being reviewed by people who are not really...
Yeah, they're university students. When else do you take advice from a uni student? You have roommates. I don't listen to people with roommates. You fucked up in your life. Name one successful person with roommates. And you're reviewing my show, really? I think under every reviewer's byline, you gotta specify how many roommates you live with. And then we can adjust our expectations. How much do I really want to put weight in this review? How many roommates? 4?
Yeah, if you live with one what kind of house are you living in?
Yeah.
What kind of house is it? Yeah. Is there an ensuite bathroom?
Yes.
I'll trust a review with someone that's got an ensuite bathroom than someone who doesn't, because that's someone that's just like got a review from someone that shares a bathroom. Not a chance, bro.
That is a good way to go through life, isn't it?
With 6 people in the house. You're already pissed off, bro.
Like, bunk bed. I'm not listening to you.
What, and someone just drunk your milk?
Yeah.
Now you got to review my show and I paid $8,000. Yeah. Not a chance, Philippa. Not a chance, bro.
Rule of thumb, man. If you don't listen to people with roommates.
It's true. They're not even in the comedy industry. They've got single beds. Like, single beds.
Other people's pubic hair in the toilet plug.
They've got 2 plugs. One is for the lamp. One is for the iPhone. Sometimes you got to take one out, and sometimes put one for the laptop because they ain't got double plug. you're already pissed off by the time you get to my show, innit?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to cheer you up.
Yeah.
So my show just has to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Before the reviews come, do you know what? Great show. I'm in a great mood now. Great mood now. Someone did shit in the communal.
Yeah.
In a communal bathroom, didn't flush it, but that show made me feel good. Yeah, 4 stars. 4 stars.
Like the priorities are so fucked up. Instead of like going to a show with your notepad, why not get a part-time job so you can move out? You know.
Trust me, it won't even be a good notepad. You know, it won't even be like. You know, like you can get the ones with a leather back.
Yeah,
It'll
the
just be one with-
moleskins.
You know the ones that you fold like that. The one that Spider-Man has when he's a reporter. Hey man, need a story. It's one of them ones. But as I said, if there's any reviewers out there who want to give me good reviews, more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
But don't you feel like, you know, a lot of people get affected by negative reviews, right? But because we both do online stuff, we're prepared for them. Like, do you know how brutal YouTube comments can be?
Blood of fire. Have you been on YouTube, where you go into the settings and have you been into the spam comments?
Oh my God.
What? Bob! I didn't know about this, you know? Fam!
Is it a bunch of people calling you the N-word?
Bruv! That was mad. I remember I was like, spam comments. Oh, this will just be some bruv. That's like the deep web of YouTube.
There's a dark web. That's right next to the child porn section. That's the YouTube spam comments.
Bro, I couldn't believe it. I was like, because sometimes I put a video up and be like, wow, some really positive comments out there. People are so friendly. Thanks, guys. And until I was seeing that, and it was like, you fucking black nigga. I said, what? I said, bro, I would do a video, and I was like, how can you be racist about this?
Yeah, you're talking about college.
Yeah. I'm like, how racist are you, bro? That you found this and you just, like, that is like terrorist racism, you know?
Yeah.
Just going around, nigga! What? Hold on, wait a second. Bro, I'm cooking pasta, bro. How can you be racist about me cooking pasta, bro? Oh my gosh. I thought it was just me, you know?
No, it's everybody. YouTube knows. Gosh. That's why they leave that checkbox hole in a flag inappropriate comments checked by default. That's where our mental health is. The number of go back to China comments I get.
Oh man. You know what's funny though? Is the fact that sometimes you get a comment, which is like, it'd be like someone's like, go back home. But then, like, there's times where I've seen it and they've edited it and it's still in spam. Do you know how funny that is?
They got a typo.
Yeah. It's like, big man, you don't need to put a full stop on it, you know? I got it the first time. It doesn't have to have more impact because you put a full... Because I'm like, what did they edit? Yeah. Oh, they put a full stop. Okay, it's serious now. They left it. Go back home. Oh, bloody hell, I'll tell you what. Ah, there we go. Edit. Full stop. Oh, that'll really affect him. Yeah. You wait till I put an apostrophe on this one. Yeah. Nigga! Gonna write this in capital letters.